Welcome to Destination Polaris. You know, it's hard to believe, but this will be our third trip to Europe. We've been to France, Poland, and now Sweden. Each trip better than the last. So how did we end up in Sweden? Well, it's this guy's fault.
Hi, Mom.
That's Scott Smith from Highlifter in Shreveport, Louisiana.
We're at day 4 of the Highlifter ATV Mud Nationals.
Scott and his Highlifter team put on the world's biggest mud bash each year in Texas. We're talking 10 to 15,000 people who like nothing more than to play in the mud.
And they're off the run.
So how did the Mud Nationals and Sweden connection happen? Well, it all started with an email.
2 or 3 years ago, I got a request through email from a guy in Sweden that wanted to come to Mud Nationals.
And the email came from Swedish ATV promoter Rolf Adderling.
Rolf?
Now, Rolf saw some YouTube clips of Mud Nationals and said, hey, I want to join the fun.
I took a plane, get over there, and had a lot of fun.
First time they came, they brought about 15 guys. The next year, it was about 30. The third year, they brought almost 100 guys from Sweden. When the Swedes come to Mud Nationals, they want one thing, mud. That's it. They get up in the morning, they ride to the wee hours, they sleep very little, and they get up and do it again. They're riding every single day, all day long.
I really don't know how to explain it in English, but it was a blast. It was so much larger than I ever could think about.
Scott and Rolf eventually became friends, and Rolf invited Scott to Sweden for his big mud and snow event.
This year, all of a sudden, stars aligned, it worked out, and I got on a plane, and next thing you know, right here in the middle of Sweden.
It took some years, but we're glad to have him here.
So all the way from Louisiana, Scott traveled to Frederiksberg, Sweden, located about 4 hours northwest of Stockholm.
Well, Scott, you're here. What do you think so far?
My first thought was, damn, it's cold. The next thing I thought was, these guys are just like us, they're Swedish rednecks. There's rednecks all over the world, and somehow, some way, I've found a bunch in Sweden.
Well, these rednecks got work to do before the race tomorrow, so Scott, get busy.
So just jump in, Scott.
What is that stuff? Dang, that's slippery.
While Scott goes for a snowcat ride, Ralph's got a bunch of stuff to do. He runs the entire show, and this event is pretty similar to what you'd find in the US. They've got racing, drag racing, and one serious hill climb. Any chance anybody makes up that hill, you think?
No, there's not an ice cube chance in Sweden that anybody's gonna make it up that hill. There's gonna be some snowballs at the bottom when it's all said and done.
You know, Scott, you're right. Safety first.
The one that was supposed to go up was double black diamond, I think it's called, and it's basically it's too steep. It's dangerous. So we're gonna go up this one instead. I reckon 20 or 25% maybe get to this point.
So you get the idea. It's all pretty much the same as an event in the US, except
Yeah, who would ever thought that it'd been an ATV event at a ski resort?
Personally, I think it's perfect. It's very great fun to make use of the snow that's still there to have fun on and play on when the season is over.
So we just got here on the course, and the Polaris racing team is out here as well, and they're taking down some of the safety nets used for the ski hill, and they're going to move them to use them for the actual race course. Now there won't be any skiing going on while there's racing, so I think I'm going to jump in and help them out here for a little bit. And I'm done. That's all the work I'm gonna do.
Rolf has to put the final touches on the race preps, and Scott wants to help out. Problem is, Scott has no idea what he's doing on the snow.
Yeah, I'm way out of place up here. I'm not sure on my feet. I can stand in mud, but why do I have a feeling there's gonna be a cutaway of me busting my hiney right there by the snowcat?
Hey, Scott, could you quit screwing around and get to work?
Hey, if God would have meant for there to be ice on the ground, it'd have been snow in Louisiana. That's all I got to say. Hey, Rolf, what are we doing? We're walking the course off, and we're painting all the green dots just outlining the course. Drill some pins, and then the snowcat is going to come through and carve out the course in the snow. The course is only going to be about 20 feet wide, or as they say here, 6 meters.
What do you know about setting up a course on snow?
Zero. I know less about this than, well, than a lot of things. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, I bet. They gonna let you handle the drill?
Yeah, I'm a drill master. Can I drill this one? How deep? Thank you. No holes too deep.
Now that the course is ready to go, can someone please get Scott a winter jacket?
It was 80-something degrees when I left home. I brought a windbreaker.
The course is ready, the racers are ready, so let's get started.
A lot of people coming from all over Sweden for this snow and mud event.
This is the Swedish championship, so this is a big event for us.
How the racing so far?
It's good, really good, but it's too hard, the track.
Well, last night was really cold, and the track's a little bit hard today, so it's going to be super fast racing. I'm not sure everybody's totally prepared for how fast it's going to be. Probably some fender bumping.
Taking in all the action is Shreveport's own Scott Smith from Highlifter.
So they call it the Highlifter Swedish Mud Snow Nationals, which I thought was really cool, and it was only fitting that I finally get to come over here and experience it. You know, the Highlifter logo is fly and proud. So we're all the way over here in Sweden, half the way around the world, so it's pretty cool. We don't understand anything what they say, you know, they're out there, not nothing, and then Highlifter. Ooh, that was good. Each race is 2 laps. It's kind of a great big oval with an S going back through the middle, and they've got a little bit of relief, so it's ups and downs. It looks like a fun course.
How come you're not racing?
I don't know. I never rode on snow.
So are you disappointed there's not as much mud right now as you thought there'd be today?
Well, yesterday it was a lot warmer, and the snow was melting, and it was turning up mud, and then we thought it was going to be really muddy today, but then last night it got to -6, and everything got hard as a rock. Some of these guys aren't really dialed in on their tires. I think they thought the track was going to be a lot softer. Some of the mud tires out here probably would have done good when it was soft, but now that it's really hard, those mud tires aren't getting a grip at all. They're just spinning, sliding all over the place. You had lots of grip, compared to the other guys.
I just saw one of the racers come up to you. What did he say?
He told me that he'd been using our products for several years, and that he's running our lift kit today in the race. Thank you.
Highlifter is actually pretty well known in Sweden. Turns out distributors like Rindab have been selling their stuff for years.
I work at Rindab, Swedish distributors of the Highlifter.
They've been a great customer for the last 5-6 years. They just carry the whole gamut of Highlifter products. All the way from Shreveport, Louisiana to Sweden. We've got lift kits, springs, belts, wheel spacers, clutch kits. Can't believe I'm finding Highlifter products in Sweden. It seems like yesterday. 15 years ago we started this business, and now our products are all over the world, being enjoyed everywhere. Unbelievable. You know, I have to say, Jared, Mud Nationals is over. We're over here in Sweden at the Highlifter Snow Mud Nationals. I'm not having to work. I just get to enjoy watching, and my hat's off to Rolf and the other guys for putting this event on. It sure is nice to sit back and watch.
You don't work at Mud Nats.
Well, I pretend to work at Mud Nats.
Scott, you might have to work for just a few minutes. During the race, they gave the mic to Scott to do a little announcing, and something happened you'd never expect. I don't... Say something. Anything. Please, Scott.
I'm at a loss for words. All right, coming into the final straightaway, last curve, the new leader, high lifter, Snow Mud Nationals, number 17. Congratulations.
Scott, don't give up your day job, all right?
How did that happen?
I don't know. I've never been at a loss for words.
No. If I hand you the microphone,
Yeah,
that means you'll be quiet?
yeah. Yeah, that's all you gotta do. Here in the microphone, I'll be quiet.
It's good to know.
Throw some food into the mix and you can keep Scott quiet for hours.
I wish you could taste the meatball as it explodes in your mouth when you chew.
What? Those were some seriously good meatballs. Now, it's time for the drag race.
Now we're gonna just snow groom all of this, and we're gonna have a good race to the top.
This is a new concept for me. So this is the first time I watched a competition like this. And it's great fun.
Last event of the day, a race to the top.
My favorite event was the hill climb. We really don't have anything like that at home. It would be probably closer to some kind of sled cross deal.
So what they're gonna do is they're gonna line up 10 to 12 racers at the bottom of the hill and all let them tear up here at one time. They're gonna take the top couple from each heat, they're gonna put them together, and they're gonna have one final heat. It should take them just a matter of seconds to get from the bottom here to the top.
And they all left to hear all those engines fire up and go. I watched them all disappear up the side of the mountain. That was the most exciting part for the whole race day for me.
A huge award ceremony wrapped up the day.
It was very flattering that Rolf asked me to participate in the award ceremony. I got to hand out all the first place, second, third place awards for all the different racing events. I was just really flattered and honored to get to be a part of this year's event. To come all the way to Sweden and see a high lifter sticker on an ATV is pretty unbelievable. I tell you, it really made me proud and appreciate that the ATV community is just all over the world. It's not just in the U.S.
The race is over. Now it's time to go have some fun. Matthew is going to be our guide for the day. His family owns the ski resort. Knowing the owner's son is going to pay off huge for us today.
It's really good to know me.
So Matthew, tell me where we're going to go today.
Yeah, we're heading up for one of the special places where we can kind of like see what Säften is all about. We got the lakes, we got the nice trails, and the resting huts. I reckon it's going to be a good trip.
I saw a lot of ATVs at the lodge. This is a good ATV place. A lot of people come here to ride ATVs.
It's starting to get here. With the Snow Mud Nationals up here, we're getting a lot of ATVs. It's very fun.
One of the things I'm most looking forward to today is to just see what kind of terrain and woods they have. I mean, at home, we've got rolling hills, pines, very few rocks. For us, this is all new ground. We've never seen anything like this.
We're at a place we call Eldparkojan. One of the houses they built by the old coal mines. They built up an old coal mine in the old days, and they sleep in these in the nighttime.
So what do you use it for now?
For now, it's just a resting area. You come here by horse or walking or quad, and then you have your coffee here.
So you can fish in this lake.
Yeah, you can fish in this lake, or even better, in the lake over there.
What kind of fish?
Rainbow trouts, yeah, fly fishing. So this lake here, Jared, continues down a creek and it just ends up in the moss
Is it
down.
raining right now?
I think it's starting to.
We were back there looking at the waterfall, listening to the creek, and it is absolutely beautiful up here.
Okay. We can go now.
Ice-covered ponds, waterfalls, creeks, streams, wildlife. This is some of the most beautiful country I've seen in a long, long time.
Well, that was fun. Where are we headed now?
Yeah, we're gonna go down this gravel road
Yeah.
and then turn back again and come down the old railway trail.
Yeah.
A bit more time for some speed.
Nice.
Yeah.
Speed. After all that riding, I'm ready for some lunch.
It's goulash soup, and then there's pancakes.
It's a man-sized spoon right there. It's good. It's really good. We've been riding outside in the rain and the snow and everything else today. So some goulash and some pancakes.
Those are
Perfect.
We got all kind of extra stuff in our chili too.
I don't trust your chili down south.
We got a little squirrel, little nutria. We got coon.
Lunch was fantastic, but our dessert was something we never expected.
All right, so Matthew, tell me what we're gonna do because the ski resort is now shut down.
Yeah, it's shut down for the season, and we're gonna try and get up all the way to the top of the ski resort and have a blast in the snow.
Oof. How will we get to the top?
We'll take one of the not so steep slopes, and hopefully we'll make it because it's quite slippery up there. I reckon we're gonna have a good, nice view over the area.
How far are we going here, Matthew?
Here,
You right here?
this is my comfort zone.
Yeah. I know this is the ski resort, obviously, right here. What else are we looking at?
We're looking at a small part of the cabin village.
Yeah.
We got a big lake called Säfsjön. It's a very good for pike fishing.
Pike fishing?
Yeah, pike fishing. And then we have the small town of Frederiksberg off to the left here.
And is that your place right there?
Yeah, the small house just in front of the small cottage.
The small house.
Yeah, the small house.
So the quickest way back to the lodge is on your butt down that way?
Yep.
Yeah.
I reckon.
Sweet. I was just kidding. I'm not gonna do that. All right, I'm gonna do it.
The views were spectacular. Looking out over all the lakes and ponds and forest was just truly beautiful. I like my swamps, but riding in the mountains is absolutely beautiful. I don't really know what I expected, but I didn't really expect that I would be on a quad on the top of a mountain at a ski resort. I mean, I've done riding everywhere, and it's probably about the coolest thing I've ever done in my life. This is definitely the top of my list so far.